What's up, team? I've got something different today. We're breaking down a tiebreaker from college tennis. I've got LSU versus MSU. And I'm going to talk through the tactical observations I have as we watch this breaker. Alright, so I pulled up the players on UTR, and we've got a 13.26 at MSU and a 12.58 at LSU. This is high-level stuff. But as we walk through and as I add some commentary, I hope you see that there's a lot that we can learn from to pull back to your own game. Let's let it roll. Okay, we have MSU serving. He goes wide. Looks like we get a forehand-to-forehand exchange here. See here, MSU makes a panic decision and tries to change direction when he's way too far behind the baseline. No patience, just like my juniors. If you find yourself on defense, do not try to pull the trigger down the line. Okay, LSU serving, plays it T, that doesn't get returned. Strong start for him. Serves T again and gets a short ball. Okay, let's rewatch this one. So he gets a short ball on the backhand side, and he approaches cross court. Notice how much margin he gives himself on this approach shot. That's money. From here, MSU plays up the line to LSU's forehand. That's suboptimal in my opinion. Players have a lot more options on their forehand side, especially on the volleys. LSU plays that first volley as a little bit of a drop, forcing his opponent to pop up his net shot a bit high, and then he puts away the volley. I like this point. I'm liking LSU's play here because it's a series of setup shots. No one shot necessarily gets the glory, but each one just works together to play this point so well. And that's how I'd encourage you to think about your shots in tennis. Think of each one as a setup shot, setting up the next one, progressively pressuring your opponent. And eventually, yeah, you get the put away. But there's no need to force it early. Back to MSU serving. He goes wide, he takes his +1 to the backhand and draws the air. Very solid, very solid. That should be a go-to for every competitive player. All right, MSU serves kind of body, and then he spreads the court. Oh, wow. LSU hits his first shot as a backhand and gets a down the line winner. He had no business making that. He pulled the trigger on his backhand well behind the baseline, changing direction of the ball, and he does it on the first ground stroke he hits in the point. Look, that's bold, and if you have an opponent that makes this shot, just clap your hands, that's too good. Next point. But don't try to copy him. Very risky. All right, LSU serving again. Misses the first serve. Now he gets the second into the body. LSU plays the +1 to the backhand. And MSU, nice reply here, hits his backhand back to his opponent's backhand, and LSU gives him the air. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. I tell my players all the time, the #1 job of your backhand is to hit the ball to your opponent's backhand. And it's interesting, on a shorter ball like this, LSU probably felt the need to attack this ball, hitting it as hard as he would have if he got the forehand he wanted, and then he overplays the backhand, gives him the air. All right. LSU serves wide. I think that's the first time in the breaker, and serve goes unreturned. That's a good mix-up right here to go up 5-2. That's solid. MSU serving again. Ooh, that looked like a great spread, but the ump calls it wide. Bummer. But if I'm your coach, I'm going to encourage you to take that one again. That was a pretty well-run play. I would say, however, give yourself a little more margin. There's no need to aim for the line, even at this level. And even if you're not a UTR 12 or 13, even less pressure to aim for the lines. However, overall, this point had the right idea. It was a good look. All right, MSU serving, down set point, serves T, gets the long return. Good, good. I like that. Targeting the backhand on a pressure point like that is the right way to go. 9 out of 10 times. All right, LSU has set point number 2 here. He serves into the body for an unreturned serve to close the set. Good stuff. That's a good match. I had fun kind of breaking down this breaker. A lot of times I like to analyze these points, see what I see, kind of point them out to my players. I had a lot of fun breaking down this match. Cool to see the upset. Lower UTR rated player won this tiebreaker. The higher rated player from MSU did go on to win the match, but good play from LSU in the breaker. He's looking really solid at the start of this match. I love breaking these things down because I have a lot of players that come to me and talk to me and they're like, hey, I want to play college tennis. Anyways, I found myself watching this match, wanted to share my thoughts with you on the breaker and get you some tactical insights on how I saw this being played out. I know there's a lot of you guys watching my videos that probably have aspirations to play college tennis or improve your UTR. It's fun to see how these guys are playing and break things down. There's a lot we can learn from them. I think I'm going to do more of these where I break down players at different levels and just kind of talk through what I see happening in the match from a tactical perspective. I know I've been kind of quiet lately, but I've got a bunch of cool stuff in the works for you guys. So stick with me and I'll keep working hard to bring you the good stuff. Until then, hit your targets.